Welcome back to the museum. This is our latest acquisition. This came in from the real Old Ridge, from the vehicle store there. Chad had this, and he was kind enough to do it up for us. And it looks magnificent. Now, the bucket is new. The old bucket, which was quite a bit smaller, apparently has more hole than bucket left in it. So, it supplies with a new bucket as well. So, this came in from England, and it just arrived today. Now, we had it delivered up here rather than the store, because we put the vehicle store through quite a bit, picking up odd bits and pieces. So we asked the farm, and of course the guy here has the one who's put the money behind the museum, and he said, yes, go ahead. You can drop it off here and come pick up. Well, I hitched the lift up here, and I'm now going to take this back. Then I'm going to do a little bit of cultivating. Let's see how it goes. What starts? Well, apparently this has been fully serviced. Just check that everything works. Oh yeah, yes. Oh yes, works well. Arm goes out. Now, one of the things about these older ones, we'll just get outside and you can see, the arm doesn't go out very far. Yeah, it's even painted the arm fully. Wow. Unlike the modern ones, we seem to get about twice that lift. These old ones didn't. And this is the first, the JCBs, and there's still a hell of a lot of them in use, especially in Britain. You find quite a few of the smaller stores that are still using these. Well, they work. If they work, they use them. Alright, well, we'll put the beacons on. I tell you, we've got beacons on here. Oh yeah. Couldn't be certain. And we'll take this home and see what we got. And other good news, we've got to put, didn't get a phone call. One of the managers from the BGA was at the opening, and he gave full permission to take the front loader away, the MAN away. So we will be picking that up at some point. We'll probably do that on another day. And they have tested it. It runs. It may not be actually road legal, but as I said, we don't think the police will be too bothered if you take it to the museum. Well, we hope not anyway. We will get it fully tested and engineered report and all the other gubbins on there. Not that I'm 100% certain what's needed in the States. I know what we'd need in Britain, but it's two different countries. As you can see, very slow these early telehandlers, but it has all the bits and pieces you'd expect. I'm very pleased with it. I have to thank Chad for supplying it, and actually Merman over at Old Ridge for putting us on to it and doing the work at his end. Looks okay. I'll just level my screen off again, that's better. Can't say the mirrors are exactly handy. Oh, ain't too bad. Actually a decent sized mirror up there. The other one sort of shows what's in the branches, because the modern ones too have a mirror on the arm. Oh, and I will just say here and there, we've still got stuttering problems on all maps, and I think that something in the last major Windows update has upset the cache for the shader cache, isn't it? I keep meaning to destroy it and remake it, but it's a lot of driving around to do that, so I think I'm going to stick with it and hope that doesn't spoil your enjoyment too much. Yes, the morning of the museum went really well. Oh, and one other thing I almost forgot. I have now But on soil compaction, I found out what I was doing wrong when I couldn't get to work before. I might as well tell you, you have to unzip the file you download, and there's files inside, and you zip those files together, and that's what runs. If not, it's in too many folders apparently, or it seems to be. Anyway, we have no soil compaction on here, and I've got it on a lot of my maps, and we'll see how we get on with that. Must very badly. I've got a feeling I might have turned. Just have a look. I think I might have turned the traffic off. I think we better switch that back on. Not that we really need it, but I will just put that back on again. Yeah, traffic off. There we go. Mind we had a nice gentle trip back. I'll turn the beacon off now. It's sort of lunchtime now. Volunteers having a little bit of break. I'm just about to go back and start some work again. So cultivating that field we ploughed in the morning. We're using. I wonder if I might just spray a little bit of a. No, we'll fertilise it later. Yeah, let's start thinking aloud. Apparently, as I was going for this, volunteers in the restaurant were saying they're doing amazing trade in there. And I also got some eggs to put into the store, so we will do that in a moment. Just open this up. So we all have been given little electronic devices to open these up, which is why I have to stand over here and just do this. But that very short range, so you have to stand fairly close. Because visitors can walk, but if they're not as fat as I am, they can actually walk through here. Or they can go around the edge. Actually, if you want to put a vehicle around the edge, you could, but it just makes people think. Let's have another look at this. Now, this we can't, we won't about hold too much in this, so I don't think about fill the bucket up, because I think it might be a little bit too heavy for it. But it's very neat, and it was the first of JCB agricultural telehandlers. I think they might have done some for building trade. Their original work was all with the building trade and construction. They were very big in construction. In fact, I'm going to park this in here next to the other JCB. Ooh, can't actually. Got very bad sighting on that side. As we realise the things which are improved a lot in modern times. Let's just drop that right down, turn it off, and the kids can play around with that for a little while. Sounds with the actual original fast track. And that's yes, Doc, 2 JCBs. What else did you expect from one of my videos? Most of them have got JCBs in. But this is not a bad little haul of tractors. And as I said before, I particularly like this. This is nice. Really is a nice piece of work. That, not something you drive about a lot. I'm waiting to see this thing running. We also have got coming, I don't think we've got it yet, we'll just have a look and just make certain. We should also be having a, just run a bit. Shouldn't really be running. I don't think we've got the other combine yet. And this old girl here, should really put her out on show, but to see we've got the planter coming. We will need that fairly soon. It's a muck spreader. Shouldn't be anything in here. Well, there is just that trailer, which will be used for bales. We will be baling some stuff, and we will be selling the bales off again. Supply of diesel. As we run through that, we go take it down to the local filling station and refill. It costs a small fortune. I just check and see what we've got. Make certain nothing else is sneaked. Because stuff is coming in, which I don't know about at times. And we've got more word on the Model D John Deere, and I shall be trying to pick that up this week, and that just a bit for all our tractors. No, we haven't got that combine yet. That's still to come, right? Nothing else has been added. At the moment, we mainly got the cultivating gear in. We haven't even got the sprayer. Now, the sprayer is with Castles at the moment. They said they'd look after that for us and do it up. Very kind people around here. There we are in the Oliver. This is for you, Chris. I will do some out of cab in a little bit. But for a start, we will do it in cab. Now we will have, I should imagine, some people coming to watch. I'm only going to do the one field. This has got the really heavy duty end of the market. Twin rear wheels, just to balance weight a bit, and it will be imported with the ground compaction. No, we still haven't quite got it all. And this isn't the one you suggested, Doc. This is the one off the old iron pack. I've got a slight issue with the one there. On some of my cultivating and equipment, it's holding them too high on the 3-point. I will one day have a look and get it sorted, but in the meantime we can use this. This is perfectly okay. Looking very second hand at the moment. This has done a lot of work in the short period. With sulfur tractors with 3 points, this has had to work very hard indeed. And we're just going to go around the outside. Again, not how you should do it. But if you don't like it, sue me. No, better not say that, somebody will. We may have to put slightly wider bits in on these. Oh, we're in the wrong one. We're meant to be on that one, not this one. This one's been done. Ah dear. I might as well go back. I should really try and level this off. Then we'll get my alternative GPS working again. I'll just fill this edge in, and I think we can do it. Yes, we've got, as you might gather what I've been talking, we've got a lot of stuff on the way. We've got Hassia seeder and planter, as well as the one we've got in the shed, and I can't remember the make of it now. It's a fact I'm just too young, you see. I can't remember this stuff. We have an old John Deere baler. We won't be using it too much. I'll tell you for why, because most, well, I don't know, I can use that on here, because it doesn't matter, it's not HD bales. Yeah, think about it, doesn't matter at all. So yeah, we can use that on here, as well as a Vegna coming in. I think it's Vegna. The pronunciation, I probably got it completely wrong, which is actually HD bales. But as we're going to be selling it, it doesn't really make any difference. I ought to really put this on cruise. It's probably run a bit fast for what we'd actually be using it at. Oh, I don't think we've got anything here we can actually show the grown compaction. Grown compaction, by the way, we'll just show this off a bit. It shows on the map overview screen. I just switch everything in. My pedals are sticking a bit. Shows on this one. Up there to here. You can see here. If I take it fertilizer. Now the plan map, where it's like there's some ground compaction, which would probably means I'm compacting it as I'm actually doing work on there. Now, if you put in fertilisation, that isn't going to show unless you take out this one. So when you use the compaction mod, you have to remember one or two things. Your fertilisation isn't going to show if you've got the ploughing one highlighted. Just won't do it. Nothing. Take that out and it shows again. And on this, I'll take that one out. This is the colour scheme. That's very compacted. That's lightly compacted. There's no compaction at all here, but there probably will be by the time you get down and do this. It actually looks like it's compact unless we're doing this. That doesn't really surprise me, to be honest. And why shouldn't I be honest? I'm just going to go around and do this headland this side. Actually, we'll put it onto cruise control and we can just fiddle around here. I probably won't have to use my little cheaty GPS on this one. It would probably just about do it. So we're playing with a whole load of things, and this definitely needs a wash. Actually, I quite like the dirt skin on this. It really does get filthy. So this is a very old iron one, and I had a hell of a job to find somewhere where I could download it, and it didn't take me into all naughty sites, as in porn, or try to add a little bit extra to my computer, or flaming craploader.net. And you all know how I feel about that. Well, you should do by now. I've gone on with it a lot. Now, I'm not certain actually with these if I have to just add a few lines to some of the mods, plows and cultivators to get this to work dead on, but let's see how we do anyway. Come on. That's it. Oh, we missed a bit there. Well, we'll go straight across here and we'll fill that little bit in a moment. Again, it's not the end of the world if we don't manage to do everything. But normally in Britain, and I'm doing a British way, we normally plough autumn and winter, autumn or winter, early winter at that, just so we could, so any frost will actually work onto the ploughed land and set a nice fine tilth. As I said, in quite a bit of America you wouldn't have to, and you wouldn't plough, because there's no need, the land's light enough. But a lot of the main agricultural land in Britain, the land is reasonably heavy, or it's got crops in which it pays to turn the soil over well. But our lightest land is around where I live anyway, it's up by the fens, where there's a big potato growing area for England. Not seed potato. No, seed potatoes are normally grown in Scotland. Can't get the hand throttle to hold properly. If we get this done in time, we might just hitch a lift up to the BGA and see if we can pick that MAN up, and it is MAN, not man. I forget what the name actually is. It's a German company, but it's the same as the lorries. It's the same company, but they are MAN, not man. It's an easy mistake to make. You see that and you think, ah, man. No, not quite. Right, oh. Oh, we missed a bit there again. This one would probably be better off without the doolies on the back now, especially with all the doohickeys we got on here with the soil compaction, what have you. Now I'll be setting the volunteers to work to finish these fields off. Next time I'll probably give it another application as fertiliser, and just see if we are getting that. I know we're not, we're missing it completely. We need to come in a bit closer. Closer, my boy, closer, as we say around the parts where I come from, where I was dragged up. I've got this one anyway. We need to come down here again. Don't think we might go quite that quick though. All that. It's a bit better. Trying to control this on the throttle is not easy. There's one thing with this series, it isn't going to matter about it if we don't get the full crop out, as long as we get enough to show what we've done. It's not like we have to make money on this. It'd be nice to actually make some money, but it's not absolutely necessary, right? Let's just go over this bit here. Oh, I've missed a bit there, but I think that will have to stay. I'm going too quick again. Yeah, so I'm used to using some modern equipment which is a bit wider, and I'm using like a 4 or 6 metre unit. I think I actually want to follow this with the front wheels. Just in the previous one we should get it all. Just put it back onto hand throttle again so it can keep a constant speed. I take a lot of you are rather happy with John Deere being in Farming Sim 19. For me, as long as the JCB's in there, I don't really care what else is in. And if they're not, there's bound to be some good mods made. So I'm not overly concerned. We all have our favourites. I love to see Giants update their Farming Classics pack, which came out with 13 and then 15. Didn't appear for 17, which is a great pity. I'd love to see that updated again and given some love as well. It had some wonderful bits of kit in there, which I'd love on this map. Trouble, it seems that those of us who try to model something slightly different are not going to be looked after so well, and I can't see any other farming game doing any better, to be honest. Before someone starts shooting cat on crops, it's all modern class equipment, and good equipment, and I like class. As you know, if you follow my different series, you know one is based on class equipment, the South African Art, whereas Blickling is based on JCB stuff. And I bet the only two maps are particularly based around one manufacturer. Got the downside of that is JCB ain't got half the amount of equipment that class have. Oh, we're almost there now. There's not a lot of room on there. I will have to widen these again. Take these over half width, I think. I think we might just wash this down, then we'll magic our way to the MAN and pick that up. That should make for an episode. I'm trying to remember, Chris, that you like longer ones, and on this it's easy to do longer ones. Next time I will be seeding and hopefully picking up the John Deere Model D, which I'll talk a bit more about if we do. Now it's another model that is a mod which has been worked on a little bit. It's still not perfect, but it's better, and it's been worked on by Darren, and he kind enough to let me have a copy, and we will have a look at that hopefully next week. And I shall be bringing all the other equipment in. A lot of the equipment will come in and you won't see that brought in. There's a limit to how many times you want to see me do that. The potato equipment, I think, will be on its way. We need to get the planter in anyway. And I will have to get a couple of boxes of potatoes to put in there. We're going to be growing everything. One thing I'm not going to do, which we used to do in Britain, is use a 4-year cycle. And the 4th year the field will lay fallow, just load to rest. Normally you turn your cattle or sheep or even pigs out onto it, which would muck it, keep the weeds down quite, especially if you had pigs on there. Trouble is, you had pigs on it, quite often end up rather hilly. Oh dear, I've gone too far. With hollows and humps where the pigs would be grubbing about for stuff, but they are great for fertilising the field, and same as the sheep and the cows. But then the concept of the days we had a lot mixed farms in Britain, and now a lot of farms are either livestock or arable. Very few are now proper mixed farms. Alright, that should do us. We'll take this back and just wash this before we go out to pick that MAN up. We have to be very careful along these paths because we've got visitors, which we have most of the time, it'd be easy to run one down, and we don't really want to do that. It's not going to do our reputation a lot of good if we squish too many visitors. Don't have to sound throaty, don't it? Just hope I haven't got anything on the wash pad. No, it's empty. Just give it a quick wash. It's worked well. Turn it off. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's done almost 3 hours now. In real life, it'd be a lot more than that. Just going to go around the other side, get away from that pump a bit, that wash a bit. There, it looks. Look at that's come up well, hasn't it? It really does look nice when it's been washed. So it's just wash the discs down. Well, I think the Oliver can go out on show as well now. We won't be using any more tractors today. He might as well go out with the equipment on. Find somewhere to put him. That'd be, I think, all except for the poor old hurleyman out on display. I know the hurleyman hasn't done anything wrong, it's just that he didn't really have anywhere to put it. Or didn't really think about bringing that out. I might just do that. In fact, I've got plenty of time. Just going to lower that down. So it can't, so the hydraulics can't give way and squish someone. There we are. Tyres, wheels already got dirty. Let's go and find the hurleyman and bring that out. There will be a time when, well, we will have real problems finding room to put everything. Just, but not yet, right. Where should we put? I'll put this next. Oh, well, we won't put it in there, you fool. You heard a bit of dead end, kids. Now, we won't have everything out every day. It's just that I think as it's the opening week, we will have as much stuff out on display, on open display as we can. What we're not actually using will go out on display. I think we might just want to move that forward a little bit. Don't really want to squish the tree. That'll do. Right, so we've got some gap here. There's several generations of tractors here. Right, I'm going to, through the magic of the Tinternet, where we're going to find ourselves. There we go, by the BGA. Where are you? I need to take that out so I can actually see it there. Oh, it's over here, and it's the electrics. I think it's here. Yeah, there we are. Alright, well, we just took a lift over there. No, if I was clever, I would actually cut there and restart it and make it sound like some time had passed. But I know you lot are too clever to fall for that. Who am I kidding? Right, there we are, the MAN. And we're going to get this back. Just let that warm up a bit. Yes, it's not running too bad. Sounds a bit rough, but again, this is quite old. It has a bucket on there, and I'm not certain if that's... I have to figure out how we use that. I've got to find a way out there. Don't want to go that way. Yes. Oh, over the edge. Oh, that's going to do the suspension some good. I don't think there's any... Oh, there is a beacon on there. We better get that going. I didn't think there was. And there's where I was staying, but I've got my house now, so I'm hunky-dory, which is where I learnt about this. That's what one does when one is in this game of hunting old equipment or old gear, and it doesn't matter what it is. If you're hunting for a museum, you tend to just wander about and see what you can find. As you can see, it's a bit hard work. I don't know if that's going to make our hill, you know, at home. I think it's going to be touch and go. So we have a nice little drive back and out of character going for a moment. With the add to the fun, it's just going to load in some more of the cache, the shader files. So we hopefully that'll stop it from starting. It's not the map, it's happening on all my maps at the moment. It's since Windows had a major update. I do wish they'd stop. And why does Windows keep telling me that I've got an app that isn't working? I know it isn't working. It's the Microsoft Store app. I deliberately turned it off, and it tells me every flaming day it's not working. I tell it to ignore it, and the next thing you know, it's flagging up it's not working. Have you ever thought, Microsoft, that sometimes we don't want all this stuff? I think, as I mentioned in the video, about everything that was included in that new update, I have already got rid of or disabled because I don't want it. I'm a miserable soul at times. It should be alright. Especially when there's things like that which add stuff I don't need. Windows is already getting close to being bloatware without adding even more rubbish to it. Because I so dislike Windows, except for the very base of the operating system, I use very little other Windows stuff on there. It's many years since I used Internet Explorer. What's the new one that got the Edge? Many a year. I've been Firefox since that was in early beta. When it was at Phoenix then, I think it was called. Thunderbird for me, Mail, it works, that's all I care about. And the last thing I'd ever use is the defrag that was built in the Windows, unless I improved it on 10. I haven't tried it. I still have nightmares about the 98 version. The only way to use defrag on there is to go into safe mode and don't touch a thing. So every time you touch the key... Oh. Thank you, Johns. I don't want to know. And a quick message to Johns. on the next, on 19, can we just have an option to turn off the special offers? Or can you do it so they come up but they don't actually stop everything? Anyway, I've been having a real rage there. Let's get back to normal. Get back to being happy. And you can see we've got some issues here with the shaders. If I was professional, I'd stop making videos for a couple, 3 days and just run all the maps until I'd destroy the file, delete it, and then let it make them all again. But I'm not that professional, and I'm not looking forward to going up this hill. And we will have a proper look at it when we get back, and that will be my lot, I think, for this one. Oh, we got quite a bit done. Picked up a telehandler, picked up an MAN front loader, cultivated a field. I don't know what I'm going to put in there yet. I haven't really decided what's going in where. And I'm always talking about leaving one fallow, and it's not really possible on there. No, is that going to keep going? Ooh. It's only about, I think it's about 48 brake horse on this, something like that, something stupid. So it's not really surprising that the struggle's got up here. You wouldn't use this to pull a trailer up here. Because I remember the Mark 1 of these, the modder made a very slight error and give it about 240 brake horse. On one map I was using this instead of all my big powerful tractors. It was more powerful than a lot of the big boys. No, well, we're up here anyway. Now remember to stop before you hit them. I was going to hit the right place to open them both together, close them both together. Oh, this is German technology at its best, this thing. That sounds nice too. I actually like the sound of that. Very, very narrow tyres though. Alright, we put this up at the far end with the Oliver and the Hurleyman. I don't think I want to put it at this end. You can see now where I've been on here, it's not stuttering, even with all the equipment we've got, and we have got a lot of equipment on here now in a small area. I think we've come out a little bit further away than that. Right. That should do. I want to just check on which one flicks that. Oh, in that one. Let's have a look on F1. This front loader detects. Come on. Oh, clicked on the wrong side. It'll work with that. Oh, come back. Come on. It's the trouble not having a brake on here now. I'll turn the engine off. That should stop it from moving. I hope. That's better. Oh, that is actually now 3, isn't it? Now, which one? Ah, it's V. So it should be one of these. Ah, there we are. Come out. Oh. No good for doing anything with BIOS or anything like that. It just won't lift them properly. Just turn that off. Get rid of that. Turn that off. And I think we have another screenshot of what we've got here. Come right out of cab now. And I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. And I might have just been moving about a bit on the microphone. I'm sorry about that. So you might, sound might be a bit here and there. If you're not a subscriber, how about subscribing? Always happy to have you aboard. Always looking for new people. We're a friendly little bunch on this channel. We don't take anything too seriously. Let's have a look at the engine on the next one. Oh, wrong button. Oh, so just a block. Well, it could. Oh, yeah, that is how it was. You can see the bits there, and that bit just a water jacket on there. Not bad. Not bad. Any comments, questions, queries, feel free to post them. Don't ask me where I got half these things from, because I don't blimey know. And some of them have been worked on. I cannot let them go. Slightly better looking engine than this one. I just got an issue with the rear hitch for some reason. Might try another. Might have another go at it, see if something else works. And this is my all-time favourite old tractor. Tell someone makes a field marshal. Hint, 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 hint. Make a good base for it if you're a good modder. Right, yes. I read every comment and I try and reply to everyone. And with that, it's me and Sam from the museum. Cheerio for now. Cheerio.